Welcome to the Motocross Supercross podcast.
It is the morning after. We are in Tampa. I'm Adam here with Claudio. What's up, Claudio?
What's up, man? What you doing? How you doing, man?
Doing good. Got you sitting like right next to me, like real close to me today. Here at your place.
Yeah, you
your
like
crib.
the setup? You like it?
I do like it. It is a nice setup.
Thanks.
It's a cool little house. It kind of reminds me of my house.
Yeah, it's a little bit like the Orlando setup. I remember those days. It was awesome.
Yeah, they were probably built around the same time, I'm guessing.
I'm
So,
sure. Yeah.
Dude, last night was pretty awesome. Wouldn't you agree with that?
I did. It was great. It was, from pit party to the main event. It was amazing. Such a good time.
Dude, and we were there with like an awesome crew.
So many people. Like we saw so many people last night. That was great.
We could watch anything with that crew and it would be like exciting and entertaining.
Yeah, for sure.
So it was really cool to have all them there. And we were right there. We had like some nice seats right below the club level.
It was awesome. That club, the club area was it was nice. I haven't been there since they rebuilt it, and I was impressed.
It was dope. Except the lines were really long in there.
I don't know what you're talking about. I was very lucky.
Well, if you wanted Bud Light or Budweiser, you could. There was like no line for that. But if you wanted like any other drink, then you had to wait in that line. And
having a burger with a beer, man.
I was in that line, and then I had to bail because I wanted to watch Chad Reed, make history.
Breaking records. How awesome is this that we got to live it?
Dude, we lived it, man. We saw that. And it's going to be a while before anyone breaks that record, too, because, 228.
That is a lot of races.
Or wait, 229.
No, 228.
All right, so 228. So that is a lot of races. And that's just Supercross, right?
Yes,
so
events.
you figure 17 Supercross races a year. Do the math.
I
That's
believe he's the
a lot
only
of
one.
years.
Like he's the only one, like top 5 still racing too. So
yeah, so
he still has the rest of the season to go.
It's like the next person who breaks that record is going to be old. It's going to be an old person, like Chad Reed. Not that Chad Reed's old, but hey, not old. It's going to be an older person for the, compared to other motorcycle riders, this person is going to be old, whoever breaks that record, because that's a lot of races. 228. Like,
That's a lot of main events, actually.
You think he remembers all those?
I'm sure.
Like, where were you at 167?
No, I don't know if he remembers it like that.
Or at 75. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's a lot of racing. But, dude, it was just awesome. We were there. We're going back later today. We're going to go watch some amateur stuff.
Yeah, we're going to be at the amateur again today.
Yeah, we'll try and talk to some people there. We'll see what's going on. Maybe we can talk to people. Maybe we can't. We'll see we don't know what to expect yet, really.
Yeah, who we're going to bump into. And I like the track. Have you seen the setup? They changed a little bit for the amateur racing.
Yeah, it was crazy. Well, in the little, whatever they call it, was that your dog sneezing?
Maybe. Hey, man, we're recording over here.
I don't know if anyone heard that, but that was pretty funny. Yeah, the track was pretty crazy because on the little track map, it showed like 3 sand sections. But on the, whenever we were there was really only just the one sand section that had the big old like rollers in it, those big sand rollers in it. But on the track map, it looked like there was supposed to be 3 sand sections, but there was really only just that one massive roller section.
That's all they needed, though. It was whooping everyone's ass.
Yeah, dude, that was a pretty crazy section because everyone, like you said, it was whooping everyone's ass. That's
For real.
where, dude, right where we were sitting was where all the crashes were. We were right in front of that sand roller section, and then right in that rhythm section where Seeley got hurt.
Yeah, well, Baggett also, that's where he jumped into the net. Into the net, yeah. It's like he wanted to be Spider-Man or something.
Dude, once he went into the net too, he held on. It seemed like he held on a little too long.
No, I think the Nets definitely did what they were supposed to do, because if they weren't there, he would have gone like a long way down. Like that was a tall berm.
Yeah. Well, they also, and dude, the people who were quadding that too were just coming in so hot in that corner.
So. I only saw Hill doing it, so.
Oh well, Sealy. Well, they were quad in the middle too. You're talking about quadding out.
Yeah, no. They were like quadding the step on, step off, and then quadding out, like instead of like triple single or whatever.
Yeah, dude. Justin Hill, dude, that's probably the biggest story of the night to me.
That was
because from practice all the way to like the heats and the mains before he had his problems, like he was freaking dominating.
I will take anything that I've said, back against this kid from last night. It was a great race. She showed up and he showed up to race. Too bad he went down, but she showed up to race. And
dude, here's what I'm saying: if he's doing the 450s until the West Coast starts up again, he could be sitting better in points in the 450s than he will be in the 250s. So if that happens, he should just stay on that 450.
That's he'll be finished.
I don't know. He just struggles on the 250 because he was just dominating last night. That's a great point.
Yeah, he looked really good. He got unlucky, but he looked really good.
I know Eli had the fastest lap time in practice, but like he was before Eli like put that last lap heater in, like Hill was right there at the top. Oh,
for sure. Yeah, he looked really good. Like I said, I'd take anything bad I said about this kid. He has a lot of potential for this 450, and I think he probably would have, if not win it, definitely top 2 for sure last night.
And the other big news, Cole Sealy.
Not really big news, but...
Okay, well, I'll tell you,
unfortunately,
I was pretty scared. I was scared because when he landed and he was in between those jumps, he didn't move like his legs at all. It's not until I saw the replay that he actually did. I could see him moving his legs, but just the way when I saw him, he wasn't moving his legs. He was just like frozen there, and it kind of reminded me of Ryan Shazier from the Steelers when he.
That's what I was like. Oh no, man! Like I totally related to that, and that's so unfortunate for that.
It looked the same because Ryan Shazier, he like went headfirst into a guy. He was making a tackle, and then he was just sprawled out on the ground, and he was kind of laying the same way that Sealy was, and he like put his hand up to like signal, and everything looked the exact same. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And then whenever they scooped him up off the track, they brought the back. They did it quick too. It was really fast. How they were like, they didn't mess around there, and they red flagged it, of course, and they got him out quick. But they scooped him up just like in the position he was laying in. It was like a half like fetal position, kind of like curled up. They didn't like straighten him out. They just picked him up just like that, and they just took him away. So
well, lucky for everyone, everyone that's concerned about Cole Sealy, he only suffered a fracture to his pelvis and the tailbone. So
that's it, only.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess only compared to like being paralyzed, which I thought, but
yeah, exactly.
Fuck, man. So a pelvis and what?
Tailbone and a pelvis.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so it was a hard track. We were even saying that it held up real well, except for that sand section, obviously, but it held up real well.
Dude, even the sand section held up pretty good. Like they were
badass.
Still doing that double triple thing like the entire night.
It was badass.
But what you were saying about the track holding up nice. Yeah, it did hold up really nice. There wasn't like where we were, like in the turns, it didn't have like those deep ruts that we've been seeing the past couple weeks. They had like little mini berms, like
yeah, there were different lines for sure.
It was sick. Yeah. It was good. It was like they barely did any track work, like between the motos. They were just like the straightaway was getting a little hard pack there, like right in front of like where the pit boards and stuff were. But it was awesome. It was really cool.
I asked a lot of people after the race, what they thought, and so far, a lot of positive reviews, and there was a lot of people that I'm really hoping to see Supercross back in Tampa.
Yeah, it's definitely cool being there, and you can just like smell the racing fuel and all the clutches burning up, and
dude, and that racing gas, yeah, it's so
that's
nice.
What I'm saying, man. I just might have to buy a gallon of that just to smell it every now and then.
Just splash around the house.
Yeah, splash it around the house. Put a little bit on my clothing and stuff before I go out.
On your armpits and stuff.
What was it, Anchorman? They call it like Sex Panther or something.
This works 60% of the time, every time.
Exactly, yeah. That would be me. So it was really cool. The weather was perfect. It was a little warm, just a tad bit on the warm side, especially when all those bodies are sitting right next to each other. And we were in those leather seats, so it was got a little sticky, but that was more practice than anything.
It could not be more perfect than it was last night. The track held up well. It was a nice track. It was competitive. A lot of lines. There was a lot of battles. Which that's what it was. So far, we've had a lot of good races, and I feel like this one, it's definitely up there.
There was one thing that could have been better, and that is my fantasy picks. I got so screwed. It was looking so good because I had, in the 450s, I had Justin Starling, Justin Hill, Tyler Bowers. So Justin Starling, Justin Hill both got me 38 points, which is pretty good. Bowers got me 30 points, looking good on that pro circuit, Monster Energy ride. And then I had Cedric Soyberas and Soyberas, but however you say it, we're going to butcher everyone's name here. But he looked really good in practice, really fast times. In the heat, he finished 10th place. And I think in the LCQ, he also got 5th or something. So it really screwed me.
He like fell right before the checker flag in the LCQ, and then he got like taken out. Is that who we're talking about?
I don't think that was him. I think that was Hart Traft.
That's Hart Traft.
Yeah, he's the other guy who really messed me up in the 250s. He was in the LCQ and fell right before the finish line. He was in the qualifying spot, fell right before the finish line. He got up. He tried pushing his bike a little bit.
He trying to get on it, and then he just got taken out by that guy. I think he took them both out.
What? I thought he fell. Like 2 other people were battling.
Yeah.
And then he fell, and they both went around him.
No. They both went around and he hit one, and then he hit the other person. He hit him at the end of the turn, when he was trying to go.
Yeah, that really screwed me. Because everyone else on my team did good. I had Austin Faulkner, he had 38 points. Jordan Smith, 30 points. Jerry Robin, he got me 30 points. First time seeing his name this year, but that's a good ride for him. But yeah, Brandon Hartranft, he let me down this week. He did let me down.
Yeah.
Pushed me in my team standings. I was in 14th, now I'm in 17th. So it actually didn't hurt me too bad, but this could have been a big weekend for me to move up, but now I just got to look towards Atlanta. And just for everyone listening, make sure you follow us at MXSX Podcast on Instagram. That's usually the main one we use. We did post a lot of, well, maybe not a lot, but we got a little sidetracked and busy. But we did try to post on our Snapchat and our Instagram stories.
Yeah,
so.
There's a couple of videos up there. We got a lot of good stuff on it. Check it out. Yeah, MXSX Podcast on pretty much everything. Snapchat, Twitter.
Yeah, tell your
Instagram.
friends. Yeah. Leave us a good rating too, even though there's no prize right now. You can still do it just to be nice.
We are working on getting some more stuff, so no worry, guys.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll figure out what we want to do next, but I'm sure really soon we'll have that figured out. We are not gonna break down all the races right now because we just wanted to do a little recap since we were there and it was awesome.
Yeah, we just want to give you a little our perspective on the races. It was, overall was definitely a great night. Like we said, we're gonna go do the amateur right now, and we'll be back and we'll give you a little bit more.
Yep, we'll do a little amateur thing if we feel like it, and then we'll do a 250 thing and a 450 thing coming at you.
We'll see who we see out there. We don't know who's
That's
there.
right.
I know Ferry's out there. I know.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and his kid. So.
Yeah, I haven't. I want to watch the race too on TV before I do those other shows. Since we were there, didn't get to watch it on TV.
It is a different perspective.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool at the way that you can see everything. So if something happens, then you can see it, and they don't always show if the 8th place person falls or something. They don't show that on TV usually. Yeah. So we got to see all of that, and that was really cool. We got to see firsthand Baggett flying into the nets.
Yes.
So those new nets.
Priceless.
Yeah, Definitely. They were out there inspecting that for a while. I think he bent the post. He hit it so hard. So they're out there. It was like fishing. They caught him.
Yeah.
Yeah, fish on.
They got a big one.
Caught me a Baggett. What are we going to get next week?
Those nets are definitely paid for right there. Just on that.
Well, they do. They also blocked off the stands there, the first whatever it is, 8 rows or something. So
no, I
don't think he would have made it up to the people.
No,
but he might have made it up there.
No, I mean the bike would have probably hit that section that's broke off or cut off or whatever.
Yeah.
But he himself was going to fly a long way down, and that's what I'm not really worried about. But if those nets weren't there, he would have definitely not be racing next weekend.
So, was there any other injuries that happened last night? Do you have any other updates on anybody else?
Yeah, Lorenzo Lacurzio, number 44.
Oh, he got hurt? Your Venezuelan friend?
Yeah, he got hit with Jeremy Martin on that collision after the whoop section.
Oh, okay, yeah, right before the triple.
Yeah, he I guess they collide and he fractured his collarbone. So.
Oh, damn, that sucks. That's too bad.
Yeah.
That's too bad. The Venezuelan community, they didn't need that. They got enough things to deal with. They didn't need that.
I know, man. We have our representatives, Anthony Rodriguez and Lorenzo Lacurzio. Now we have one, just Anthony.
Yep, just A-Rod.
Yeah,
so,
he got 11th. Good for him.
Yeah, it was a good run for him. Do we even want to say who won and stuff? Yeah, might as well.
I'm sure everybody knows.
Yeah, they should know. So it was a big night. Austin Forkner, neither of us had him. I was just going to say, neither of us had him in our picks.
No.
And I kept saying, I was like, I was hoping one of us would put him in there because I knew he was going to do good, but I guess I didn't know he was going to do that good. But yeah, he just looked unstoppable. I thought Osborne would, he was still riding like a maniac out there in the heats, especially, but he looked a little more tame. He looked a little more tame in the main, but he still has a points lead. So he probably knew that. He's like, oh, well, Forkner and, Ferrandis, they didn't have the greatest weeks last week, so I'm still in the points lead, so why not just settle for third?
He's the only one that's made both podiums, so.
Yeah, so that was cool, and let's see. Yeah, so Osborne, I mean, we'll get more into this later, but Osborne's still leading the points. He got third in the race, still leading the points, so that's good for him.
Yep.
And we were wondering who was going to do better between Jordan Smith and Jeremy Martin.
I think we got it. Didn't we both go there?
I know. I picked Jordan Smith. We'll have to listen back to see what you picked. I think you might have picked Martin.
I think I did. I did too.
But yeah, so Jordan Smith won that one. Jeremy Martin, yeah, we'll leave it there. Jeremy Martin, he got 12th. So Jordan Smith got 6th. So that was cool. It was really cool just to be there and witness it.
I keep saying, I'm gonna repeat myself, but it was a great race. Like I said, I don't know because if it was that we were there, or just the vibe, that we got from all the people, or like the seats, what we got. I don't know, but it was definitely a great show overall. Just a great track, well put together. It was quick. I felt like it was very quick.
Yeah, the time goes by so fast when you're there.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, like when you're there, it's really, really good.
Like you have time to like get a drink and then they race again.
And a burger, and with all those TVs on that club.
Oh yeah, and the AC felt pretty good in there too. It was hot. It was a little warm in there.
Yeah,
like even though it was like 70 or like it was probably like 70.
Very humid. Very humid.
Yeah. Just typical Florida. It's like Florida.
Yeah.
It was hot and humid like Florida.
Yeah.
That's what Marvin said.
Just another day.
They're like asking Marvin he's like, how was it out there? He's like, yeah, dude, it's really hot and humid. It's like Florida. I'm like, yo, we're in Florida, bro. But what do you think of the whole like opening ceremonies and stuff? Any thoughts on that?
They could have been a little bit better.
Yeah, 100%.
Just because of the fact
the cheesiest video on TV. Like, here we go. Oh, what do you think? Up next to you.
And
next to you.
No, they're pointing at each other and stuff.
Yeah, it's so lame. Like the most badass sport, and they find the way to make the most cheesiest like thing ever. I wish I was a producer on that, but geez. And then the other thing, whenever they introduce like the top 10 riders, and they all have their own music and stuff. The one speaker above us, I don't know if it was blown or they're using like low quality MP3s, but it sounded
I do remember
so
you saying something
awful.
About it, and you were right, yeah.
It sounded so awful coming out of those speakers, and I thought it was also lame too. They all came out and they all did wheelies. They all did the same exact thing.
That's what I was gonna say. Like that's why I thought it was lame, because they all came out from the same spot and then they did the exact same thing, just oh yeah, and then like one had like the Buccaneers jersey on.
And the crowd please, like the biggest crowd pleaser, like Tomac comes out with a Buccaneers jersey on, and then he
puts like every jersey on, like every football jersey on, I feel.
Yeah, I know Anderson had it on in Oakland, so it seems like every race they're just like, oh, here, you're a Bucks fan tonight.
I likes Oakland.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah.
But you think Tomac likes the Bucks?
No.
Yeah. He's from Colorado. He might like the Broncos, maybe. And then Chad Reed, we know he likes the Lightning since he was just there. So
the social captain. So that one is legit, you know.
Yeah, that one is legit. He had the Lightning jersey, then he threw it out, and then Blake Baggett had the Tampa Bay Rays jersey on.
Yeah, that's probably why he fell, man.
Yeah, you know he's not a Rays fan.
And that's probably why he fell.
I don't think anyone's a Rays fan.
Yeah, not even the people here no more. That sucks.
But yeah, so it was cool. I still thought it was cool. And the national anthem was cool. That girl who sang it, she killed it.
She does the Lightning national anthem.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She's just like professional national anthem singer in Tampa?
She's actually like a sergeant, like very high top Navy.
Military.
Yeah, Navy for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that was dope. And everyone had their phones out. It was like cool to see that.
Yeah, that was really cool. And she sang a couple of years ago when the Lightning went all the way in, or not all the way in, but almost all the way in or whatever. And ever since then, like they like kept her on, and she's been doing it for a while now.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Well, what do you say we wrap this thing up and head over to Amateur Day?
Yeah, man, let's go. I'm ready to see some dirt bike racing.
Yeah, we're gonna watch some amateurs run. Hopefully get another podcast up for you maybe tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah, just make sure you are following us on
Instagram,
Snapchat, MXSX Podcast.
Yeah, just check us out. We'll keep you posted on what's going on.
Thanks for coming, dude.
Yeah.